Thank you guys for joining us for another Sunday shit show. Today it's only me, but I'm not alone. I got some gaming friends of mine. I got Miss Amanda and Miss Beatrix with me tonight. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Miss Beatrix, how are you?
I'm good.
Perfect, perfect.
Just
Vibing, hopefully.
I'm tired actually.
Tired.
I
Okay.
I was up early the last few days and into bed late the last few days.
Yeah, yeah, I
Same.
got you. I
But other
got you.
than yeah,
I
but other
got
than
you.
that I'm good.
Well,
Working
yeah,
a lot.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, if it
I got a
makes you
job now, so I've been working.
If it makes you
Oh,
guys feel any better, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
holy.
It's
Which
like
is why you guys don't
it's
see
like
me in the city past like maybe 9:30. So yeah, I got a bedtime. I'm an old man now, so
Well, I feel that I'm hitting
yeah.
30 next year, so I'll have a bedtime soon.
Girl, I'm hitting 35 this year.
I'm still
No, you're
older than
not.
both of
Yeah,
yous.
35. I'm sorry,
No.
Beatrix. What'd you say?
I'm older than both of yous. I'm like gonna hit 40 in a couple of years.
40. Okay, okay, okay. Very
Not bad
nice,
at
very
all.
nice. No, no, you don't look it. You don't look it. I will tell you
That's
that.
Thanks. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes. So today, I know it's called the Sunday Shit Show, and we normally go over anything shitty that's happened to us within the past week. But since today is actually the first podcast for the Mental Health Awareness Month, I wanted to ask you guys what's something that happened to you guys lately that's been positive, like a good vibe for you guys or something. Um,
I graduate
yeah, Beatrix.
college in 3 weeks.
No fucking way. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Hell,
and I'm pissing everybody off at the same time.
hell yeah, hell yeah. What'd you go to college for, if you don't mind me asking?
Office technology or office technology administrative applied business.
Okay,
That's a mouthful.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a damn mouthful. Yeah.
And then I decided I'm gonna torture myself some more and go back for accounting.
Okay,
Ooh,
okay. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch.
good luck.
Yeah.
Well, I already did accounting one
Okay,
and a few of the other accounting classes. I
okay.
dropped accounting two this semester, but like
You're gonna
it
go
is
back
what
for
it
it. Yeah,
is.
Do
yeah,
they
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
go back.
do they do the old way of accounting or are they doing it all online through the QuickBooks?
Well, they're not doing they teach all aspects of accounting. So like I already did QuickBooks.
yeah. Okay.
I'm certified in QuickBooks and Excel and Word.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Excel.
So yeah, I like Access the most, honestly.
I
Okay.
don't like Access to be honest. I self-taught myself Excel when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, a lot of people hate Access. I like it because there's just so much more control that you can have in there.
That's also true.
Okay, okay. I don't know what Access is, unfortunately, but
It's
that's
Microsoft
awesome.
Office. It's Office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's part
Office.
of
Okay.
Office.
Okay.
It's like Excel, but
More
it's
complex.
set up like that. Yeah, yeah. There's
Okay.
a lot more. You could connect all your files, like your PowerPoint, Word, um, Publisher, all that through there, and connect things and link things and do all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's awesome. And for you, Miss Amanda, what's something positive?
That's a good question. Um,
Besides that,
well,
I'm
I'm,
back in your life, but you know.
well, we're coming up to a year that I've officially been moved out of my parents' house.
Hell yeah, hell
Congrats.
yeah. Congrats, congrats.
Yeah, live with my best friend for the past year.
Okay,
Trust me, it's a struggle. He finally got a job that he likes, so he's going to
okay.
be working come next month.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah,
Nice.
hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's great. It's really good. It's trust me, right now it's struggling, obviously with like only one paycheck, but
Yeah.
we're making it work
You
for the
make it
most part.
work. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
If there's a will, there's a way. You know, like
Oh yeah.
dude,
if you
I
want
haven't
something,
worked
it's
for
gonna work.
3 years.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay.
when COVID happened, I stopped working for about 2 years. went back to work, and now I've just been in and out of different jobs because I don't know what I want anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I've been doing customer service for 15 years almost.
And
Yeah.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Right
I
now,
hate
I work for Medicare in the States.
Okay. Okay. Talking about working, so I've done hospitality and yeah, hospitality, hotels, restaurants, and all that for the past fuck, I don't even know, like 12 to 15 years, and now I'm a truck driver. So
Oh, you're a
I
truck driver?
yeah, a non CDL, but I'm actually in the process of getting my CDL.
I didn't
make
So
even know that.
sure you
yeah,
get some get support for your buttons
yeah,
while you're sitting in the truck a lot. Get something that's very supportive for your lower back.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
yeah.
my he's my stepdad, but he's my dad. That's my dad. He's a truck driver, and
Okay.
a lot of the truck drivers I know, they all have like back
Yeah,
issues.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can,
I
I
have
don't know if
a
you guys
support
have
thing.
it. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say, I don't know if you guys have it like in the States, but in Canada at the dollar store, you know how they have like the airport neck support?
yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
actually use it for your waist.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm
Very nice,
Or
very
even,
Make
nice.
sure you get good support for your back,
yeah, your
Yeah,
especially your
yeah.
back and
lower back
lower.
and hip.
Oh,
Well, I actually, I funny thing, we'll go into this a little bit later, but I actually deliver beer.
no
Nice.
Dead
way.
ass. Yeah.
That's actually kind of sick.
It
I
is.
knew that before this. Me and you talked about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I did not know
I
that.
I
Honestly,
deliver I deliver beer. To like 7-Elevens, grocery stores, Walgreens, CVS's, and all that. So yeah, yeah.
do you do like long
Oh, man.
trucking out
No,
there? Like there's
no.
Local.
So yeah, I go 3:30 in the morning. I wake up. I go to my warehouse. I pick up my truck, which is already loaded, and I have about anywhere from 9 to 15 stops a day.
not too
So
bad.
That's
it's
not
not
bad.
no. But the best thing is I work 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts.
See, I could do that
Oh,
easy.
dude, it's fucking awesome.
I
I love
hate
Like,
my
driving,
3 day.
oh,
so
I love to drive.
I love my
I
3 day
hate
oh,
week.
I
sitting here all
hate
day.
it.
Yeah,
I
but
hate driving.
no, it's pretty awesome though. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy the time away from people because I've spent so much time around people that like this time it's just like I enjoy it. So it's pretty awesome.
See, I like that type of job though you have.
Yeah, yeah,
You get what you have what you need to do for the day and
yep,
you just go do it and you're pretty much left alone.
yeah, yeah.
And that's since everybody else is saying what their jobs are. I work at an adult store.
I remember you saying that. I remember you sending
Yeah,
pictures
I
too.
love it.
So hell yeah, that's awesome.
I love it. Like today I
Yeah.
helped somebody. It was like
Okay.
her first time in
Okay.
probably
Okay.
like mid 20s, maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
early 20s.
Okay.
And she's like, I've never done this. I need something quiet. I'm so nervous. I was like, just keep in mind, everybody does it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
Exactly.
one shape or way or form, everybody touches themselves.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
and I got to help her and I made the experience like great. And it's just like
I.
funny. But I did have to like follow her around because
Yeah.
we have those preview view boxes and or booths in the back where you could
Okay.
go and watch and do whatever. Some of them guys back there,
Okay.
they don't mean to be creepers, but they'll come out and like start following new and younger
Of
people
course. Of
around.
course. Of course.
And like with me there, I can catch it.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
glad like she said her experience was awesome and if she ever needs to, she'll come back. I'm just like, yeah, come on
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You
Hell
know,
yeah.
That's
you ever have
awesome to hear.
questions? Hmm.
That's awesome to hear, though, that,
Yeah.
like, with stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
help I help couples, they're like, we're new at this and we want to spice it up. I'm like, okay, let's go. I got some beginner stuff for you. And it's like so
Hell
nice
yeah.
to see to
Hell
help
yeah.
people though, like
Oh, yeah.
because it
Like,
is overwhelming. You walk in, it's wall to wall to
Yeah.
wall adult
when,
stuff.
yeah, when I was I think I was 18, that's the legal age you could go into an adult store here.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
And,
And
um, my friend, she was 22, and she's like, hey, Amanda, can you go in here for me and buy this? Me, I'm like, I'm 18. And I'm like, but I'm a very outgoing person, as you guys know, like,
Hell
very
yeah. Yeah.
outgoing.
Yeah.
So I go in there, and I know exactly what she wants. She wants like the bullet. And
It's like the number one
Okay.
seller, by the way.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
went in nonchalantly. Like I think I made this girl nervous of how comfortable it was. I was like, "Hey," I said, "What
Hmm
size bullets do you guys have here?" And I think I just took her by surprise, and she's like, uh, uh, and I was
Yeah,
like,
because you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
see too many young people coming in acting confident.
No, no, you
yeah.
definitely don't. You definitely don't.
Man, if I was going for myself, tell you I would have been a train wreck. Anyone else, I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hmm It's
Well,
funny because when you act like too confident like that and you look super young, I ID you over that.
Oh yeah, I get
yeah, I
ID'd all
believe
the
that.
time,
I believe
except for
that.
liquor store now.
I actually just stopped getting ID'd at the liquor store, but it's
Really?
also because I'm a regular, so they know me.
Same.
Not me.
No,
I used to drink
I
a lot,
get
so
there's a
I did
gas
drink a
station
lot,
that
so
finally stopped IDing me for cigarettes, and I've been going there since I was like 13.
oh shit. Okay, okay.
yeah,
You'd
I
think they would.
just yeah, right. Like my
Mm,
vape shop doesn't even ID me anymore of how often I go there.
I was
It's
gonna say,
either
did
me
you
or
get that vape at
digital.
McDonald's?
This one, I know it looks like it though, right? This
Looks
cost
like a
me. This
toy
was
French fry.
cheaper than my actual. This is a disposable one. It's the
Okay,
Vice box,
okay,
and
I gotta get
it's
more. I'm empty.
yeah, it's Nick salt, and it's supposed to last a lot longer than your normal nicotine. That's
okay.
in like the 30 or 60 milliliter. A 60 milliliter lasts me about less than a week to a week and a bit. This one apparently is supposed to last up to 4 weeks, 6,000
Okay.
puffs.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like,
Shit.
I'm
There
like,
you go.
that's not gonna last 4 weeks for me.
Yeah. 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 It depends on how much you puff, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and this is more
Yeah.
melt the lung than the other one. It's not
Okay.
as much as like melt the lung. So
Okay.
we'll
Okay.
see. It catches me off guard. Sometimes I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
and it has like the ice, so it makes me less vape as much. But
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very
You
nice.
know what? I still vape and I still smoke cigarettes. So
I did that for a while too.
I smoke cigars, so
I
Cigars
have a
are
few
nice.
cigars for when I'm out of cigarettes and I'm out of vape.
there you
Oh,
go.
I like flavored like cigars. How you can get like grape cigars and
No,
like
it just ruins it.
well for being
I
female, I like fruity.
black and mild wood tips wine.
Well, that sounds good.
That's
Okay.
that's my favorite.
Okay. 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 Understandable. Understandable. Very nice. So normally with the podcast, we do a fun fact, just to kind of switch things up, but keeping the vibe of trying to stay positive and everything. Not all the fun facts out there are very positive. But I do have a positive saying by Mark Twain,
Okay.
and this is good for everyone. Me especially. I did read this, and I was like, oh, it touched my heart a little bit. So, but it basically just says, stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but great minds will give you a feeling that you can become great too. By Mark Twain. So I think that's really cool because like it's true. Like people with small minds out there, they'll try to bring you down and everything, and you know tell you basically at the end of the day you ain't shit when you're the fucking
Well,
shit and everything else. So
misery loves company.
very true, very true. Yes, yes.
That is so accurate.
It is. It is. So, um, but yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, to start off the month and everything like that. Some other stuff that I was thinking that we could go over is some topics. Now I'm not gonna go over every single topic with you guys because there is probably a good 10 or 12 topics. We're gonna hit a small amount of them today though.
Hit me with them.
So the first one we're gonna go over is family issues. Now,
I know.
I have my own issues going on. I won't go into too much detail out of respect for everybody, that's involved with it. But yeah, everyone has family issues. They're different um, with what they're entitled to. Um, are you guys going through anything that you guys would like to share?
So I went through a lot with my mom. I want to say for about 8 years, I worked with my mom.
Okay.
Um, and I took advantage of that because I was like, oh, I can get away with murder. I could yell at my mom at work and I wouldn't get in trouble.
Okay.
Now, thinking back here now, one, I should have probably not worked with my mom as much as I love the hell out of my mom.
Yeah.
Um, Working with her probably made a big strain on our relationship, but I find since moving out, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
She helps me out when I need money or, I need her to drop off some stuff to me, stuff like that. She does it and she
Okay.
doesn't even think twice. She's like, yeah, I'll drop it off on Tuesday. Or she'll ask me, like, does Wednesday work good for you?
Yeah.
Like, before she would have, it would have been like pulling teeth. She'd been like, no, like, I'm not dropping this off. You can come do it yourself. You got two legs and a car, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
for the longest time, I had issues with my mom and my little sister. Never had issues with my dad. Not
Okay.
once. I think because I'm a middle child and I get spoiled by my dad sometimes. Probably why I don't have any issues with them.
Yeah. Must
But
be nice. Must be nice. But okay.
yeah, my well, like,
Right.
not
Yeah.
spoiled money wise, more like he helps me out a lot more than the other siblings.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but me and my sister, we sometimes still have issues like
Yeah.
fighting, the name calling, the irritation of each other.
Okay. Okay.
How old is your sister?
So I'm
How
29,
much
she's
younger?
27. She's 2 years
Okay.
difference.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's a big issue. Like a lot of people say because she's so close in my age, that's why we
And that's
fought
why I
so much.
was like trying. That's why I was like asking. I'm a twin. I have a twin brother, and then
Oh,
Okay.
I have a
really?
5 and 10 year. I have a 5 year younger sister and a 10 year younger sister.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's why I was like asking because like me and my sister that are 10 years apart, like my sisters and we don't. I mean, every blue moon, but we never like fought. Me and my
Same.
twin brother, he's broke my nose 3 times.
Yeah,
No
me and my
shit.
brother were 17 years apart. We're 14 years apart. No fighting.
Okay.
Me and my big sister were 7 years apart. No fighting. Me and my little sister. Yeah, it's hell. I pushed her down a flight of stairs. She's broken my nose. I pushed her off a bike that broke her hand, her arm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it sounds like me. I'm just like reliving some things. Like my brother has broken all my toes because he picked up one of those old school metal helmets for like
Yeah.
motorcycles. Well, I don't think it was metal, but it was like heavy, and he just smashed all my toes and broke all of them.
Oh,
God
darn.
damn.
When we were like 4, he smashed me in the head with like an iron that you iron your clothes with. I
Yeah.
have a dent from that. I have a dent in my ribs on the one side from him smashing them in. Yeah. So
Damn.
like I get it. That's why I'm just like, oh. That's why I'm like sitting here and kind of giggled. Like it's not funny, but like for me, I'm like reliving some things.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Damn. Okay. Um, something that I recommend along with the website with family issues is trying to talk it out. Um, and it's actually something I'm starting to do with my family and our issues that we have. We don't we don't talk. My family has always been the family that's never talked about issues, that stayed away from conflict and everything like that. Um, but lately, I kind of put my foot down, and I was like, if you don't want conflict, you don't want to talk to me. Like, it's not. I'm not here all about conflict. I'm a fucking amazing person. I have so much ambition, but like I'm being held back by all this trauma, not trauma, but like all this bullshit that's from the family and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, I love my family at the end of the day, and I hope everyone does well, for the most part, shall we say? um, but no, talking to them, therapy, family therapy, all that kind of stuff. I highly recommend doing that. It's not always the cheapest, unfortunately. But if you want to start fixing it, if you don't want to go to therapy, sit down, and as soon as this is what I do. As soon as someone starts yelling, that's when you take a break. Because if you want to move forward, yelling is just going to push back because you don't want to escalate the situation anymore. So, um, yeah, I definitely say like just talk to them at a regular pace. Make them listen. If they're not listening, try to make them listen. Over and over and over. One thing I'm talking to one of my family members right now is the saying, "It takes two." I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was about to call you by your gaming name, Amanda. Have you heard that one before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, like,
Yeah.
it makes sense to a certain point, and this is what I'm saying too. Like with the shit that's going on right now with me, and I'll let you guys elaborate here in a few if you want to. But like my thing is like, yes, it takes two, but as soon as I stop, then it's on me. But if you stop, it takes two. So like I hate that. I hate that saying. I've said it multiple times, and I look back at myself saying it, and I'm just like, bruh, what the fuck was I even thinking? Like it's not a legit saying. Yes, it takes two, but like if both of you all stop, y'all are mad at each other. So if you want something, like go for it. If you wanna figure out if they want the same thing, then step back. And if they don't want it, then they're gonna show you they don't want it. You know, and that's kind of the whole thing I'm going through right now. Is like I stepped back because I kept on reaching out, and I stopped getting reached back to. So I was like, all right, whatever. And then actually, so they had a family gathering for Easter, and I was not involved. I was not invited. I was left out of all that shit, and I was like, all right, bro. I was like, all right, cool, 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 cool. I was like, y'all do your shit. I'm gonna do my own shit. Granted, I got drunk off my ass that day, but yeah.
Mm.
Which is another thing we'll talk about later on. So, but
I
yeah.
was gonna say that
Anyways,
was not good,
no, no,
but
no, no. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. It's definitely like I don't even know. It's an excuse to make myself feel
it's
better.
a crutch.
Yeah, it's there you go. That's a better word of saying.
It's a
Better way of saying it.
crutch.
It's a
Mm,
crutch.
I find it like it's like a blanket, just
Yeah,
something you can snuggle when you just need a little extra
It's
comfort.
it's like a sense of security that's false security.
it
It's a
Yeah.
is.
crutch. Like you know, crutches can wipe out at any moment on you.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's why it's called a crutch, because like you're using it to support, like in your instance, you felt left out and alone, so like you went to drinking, and that's a very like slippery slope there to be walking on with crutches, you know?
Yep.
yeah, yeah. No, exactly, exactly. And it's not a healthy crutch. I will tell you that from first hand. But it was something that helped me push through the day. So, but again, it's a crutch. It's nothing that you should be doing. But yeah, do you guys have any other things that you guys would like to talk about with the whole family stuff? Or if not, like again, as I
Um,
told you guys before this, like if you guys don't want to touch on a certain
yeah.
subject, we don't have to.
I'm really not gonna talk about my mother's side
Okay.
because my mom and my youngest sister are gonna listen to this.
Hi,
There's a
mom.
mountains of things there we could talk about, but like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but like I already said, my stepdad is my dad.
Yeah, yeah.
My biological father let his father, which would be my grandfather, beat me up on Christmas while holding my daughter when she was about
Damn.
2. I was
Holy
holding my
shit.
kid when he knocked me down and started kicking the shit out of me. And he sat there and watched it and did nothing.
Oh wow.
And that
Fucking
was
A.
about the last time I have interacted well, I wouldn't say interactive because like every blue moon, maybe once a year, I see my aunt,
Okay.
his sister. But other than that, I don't know. My stepmother died, and I really wanted to be at the funeral. I wanted to be there to support my twin brother because he's super close to our
Yeah.
biological father and
Yeah.
stepmom and that side still.
Yeah.
You know, neither of us knew what happened, when it happened, or anything. That's like the third funeral they have done that to us. And nah, like after everything went down, and this is about, let's see, my daughter's gonna be 11, and she was
Okay.
2 then, so like 9 years ago. He didn't call me after Christmas until almost 2 months after.
Damn. Damn.
Oh
And
wow.
I set like such hardcore boundaries that he couldn't handle it. Because my dad is a manipulator. He is a person that sits there and conspires
Yeah.
against other people. He is a user and abuser of people, drugs, anything. It doesn't matter.
Well.
Like, I remember the first time he met my daughter, he was so messed up on whatever he was on that he dropped an X-Acto knife on the ground, and my daughter picked it up and put it in her mouth. Not the sharp end.
Okay. 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 Good. Good.
Thank
And
Good.
she
God.
did not, yeah, like, I was in the bathroom. Like, it does not take a woman long to pee. Go in, you pee,
Yeah.
wipe, flush, get out. Like, what?
Yeah.
A minute top?
Tops. Well, it depends
And
if you've
when
been
I
drinking all
flipped
day.
out about it, and I mean, I flipped, I screamed. I couldn't keep myself
Yeah.
together. And like I'm like the type of person you want in a disaster. I'm the most chillest, calmest person during it. I could take lead to show the whole like we could be in a building and it'll crumble. As long as I'm okay, I'll be like, all right guys, this is what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Let's survive, you know. And afterwards you'll find me crying somewhere. But like I could not keep it together. And then when I left, I wanna say an hour, not even an hour later, I got a phone call going, "Why are you fighting with your father about money? Like, you are just a money hungry little bitch. You're a gold digger." Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask about swearing. I'm a
No,
bad
by all
swearer.
means, it's the Sunday shit show.
Okay.
The swearing's in
No,
in the
yeah,
name.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And I'm like, oh, I am a user and I need to get a job and I should have a car and I should stop having my father take care of my baby. Even though that's the first time he's seen her and she's like crawling.
Yeah. No,
And I'm like,
that's
and I
insane.
told him what happened. I'm like, he's nodding off, using an X-Acto knife to cut putty or something stupid. And my daughter got a hold of it. And like, I flipped out on them. It's always me and money. You
Yeah.
only talk to me or my friend or you're a family member that's around me. And the only reason you're in my life is because of money. And like, when I lived up in New York, I had like 3 or 4 jobs, dude. Like, I worked. And like when I
Yep.
moved
Yep.
down here, I had a bunch of jobs. And the only reason why like the past 3 years I haven't worked is because I've been in college, but I got a job now and have been there for 4 weeks now, you know. And like if I want money, I'll put myself on the corner first. I don't really care. Like money is not that important to me. As long as I can pay my bills,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's
Yeah.
it's
I
important.
not
got
a
you. I
big
got you.
deal.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Bossy.
Hell, I would live in my car if I didn't have a kid. I would live in
Yeah.
my car and just do whatever, you know? I'm
Right.
not saying prostitution, but, you know,
No, no,
but
I
if I
got you.
need it that bad, there's ways of getting money,
Yeah, there
you
is. There
know?
is. So yeah, for family issues, it's a lot. It's especially with
It's it,
there's so many different aspects of it. You too. You know,
it's
there's
so hard for people
yeah,
to put boundaries with family
yeah,
because they always believe in that saying blood's thicker than water, and that's not
but
even the
it's
correct true
not
saying
though.
of it neither. It's the blood of the covenant
Yeah,
is thicker than the water of the womb.
yeah. No,
And like,
it's insane too because like you can't say blood's thicker than water or blood's thicker than whatever, because like you have a stepdad and you're closer to your stepdad.
hmm
I have a stepdad.
that's my
I'm closer to
dad.
my stepdad. Exactly, that's my dad too. No disrespect to my biological father. I know
Oh,
he. I
all the disrespect to my biological father. All the
there you
disrespect.
go. I know he listens to this every so often, and again, no disrespect to you, but like we just don't know each other. That's the end of the story. We just don't know each other. We live two completely different lives, and it's just how it is. Um,
Like, you don't know how much family I've just, they're not in my life. They're cut out. There's a whole one side of my bloodline that's like not there.
yeah, I
And like the only one out of that bloodline that I'd even want to associate with is my grandmother, and I can't because of
yeah.
the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm on the verge of cutting a few people out myself. Not naming names, obviously, because it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
It probably won't happen by the time
right.
this one comes out. But yeah, so some family issues. Also, it's parent-child relationships, which we've talked about.
They're
Sibling,
rough.
yeah, sibling interactions. Just the feeling of being supported, which is
That's
something I'm
hard.
going through right now. Resentment, another thing I'm going through right now. Forgiveness,
Another hard
um,
thing.
yeah, it is very hard.
How
Jealousy,
about striving to feel your parents' love?
you can
I
never.
do that with my mom. I
Yeah,
have such deep rooted issues with that
yeah,
that like I could cry just bringing it up. Like it's
yeah,
bad. It's
yeah,
bad. And I'm like so terrified of my mom on certain aspects. But like
yeah,
I feel like I'm one of her biggest disappointments.
yeah. I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
And
And if
like
any of my family listens to this, it is what it is. She'll deny
it's
it till
about
the end of the
how you
day, but
feel.
yeah,
Like
it's
it's
how I
not,
feel.
it might not be factual to
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
like everybody's truth different, the way you feel about something. Me and you can look at a color
yep,
and you'd be like, that's indigo. And I'm like, no, that's blue violet. You
yep,
see, like
yep, yep.
everybody perceives things differently. And that's like something some people have to understand, especially when you're a truck full of mental health issues and
Yes,
you're a truck full of other issues. And the way I seen it or felt it is the way I see it and the way I feel it. It's the way you see it and
exactly.
it's the way you feel.
Yeah, yeah.
It
So
could be a complete misunderstanding on people's parts because of the way you perceive things.
yeah, yeah. So the last one for that one would be abandonment issues, which is the fucking gut puncher right there. Um, because like sometimes you're left out of certain situations and it rubs you the wrong way, you know. So that's definitely the last one for that, for the whole family issues that I have. The next one that I'm gonna go over is gonna be a sore subject, but it's substance abuse. And by substance, I don't mean drug. I don't just mean drugs or anything like that, but alcohol or other stuff.
Pharmaceuticals or
Yeah,
just overusing something, overeating
yeah,
is
that
a way to
exactly,
abuse stuff.
exactly. Um, I'll go with you guys first, because I'll wrap it up.
You know what?
Um,
I'll take a lead. April 8th was 16 years sober of mostly cocaine, but I have smoked crack well in the use of cocaine.
okay.
Yeah, I
All
was,
right. Well,
it was pretty bad.
congratulations. First off, congratulations on being sober
Thank
for
you.
that long. Yeah.
Here's a
I hated
question
it.
for you, Beatrice.
Yes.
Just because I'm curious, I like people's stories.
Go
What made
ahead.
you first start cocaine? Like, was there like
Dick.
a
I can actually remember the day of everything. I just was okay. So I just got into a nursing aid program through, I'm not even gonna say it because my mother works there and I don't
Okay.
want to say it just in case who
Okay.
knows
Okay.
listens to it.
No, that's
you're
good.
you're good.
You're good.
Yeah. So it's for the state and it is a nursing home. But I met a girl through that and I was on Adderall and smoking weed. And she's like, I got something way better than Adderall. And I'm like, okay, bet. We go into like this locker room. and we did cocaine. And it made life like so much better, which it did. That's a lie. It's just how I felt mentally at the
At the
time.
time, yeah.
Like, dude, I felt like I could have stripped butt ass naked and ran
You
straight to
felt
the top of Mount Everest,
you felt
man. Like,
more like alive than you ever have.
I felt like a god.
Hell yeah.
Like, I felt like I was Superman. I could go and go and go and go and go.
Well, I'm glad that you got off of that.
Yes.
It's still my favorite and I still love it, but I know how mentally, physically, and just every aspects of life can destroy you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well,
I
not very
remember,
nice, but interesting, shall we say?
yeah, yeah. No, you can say very nice. Like at the time,
At the
it
time, it was
felt
very
nice.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, at the time, it was like wonderful. I felt like I could fight anybody. I felt
Hell
like a
yeah.
cop could taser me and I would laugh at him.
Yeah.
I feel
Now I
that.
felt right, like you felt invincible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Like, and
Interesting.
I love the whole like feeling like a
You
god.
felt
Like
like
that's
Okay.
no one could touch you and like you were
yeah, like
unstoppable.
stoppable. Yeah, godlike. And not like
Yep.
goddess like, but like godlike because how they describe gods compared to goddesses. I felt like a god.
Okay.
Like I could rise the dead if I so desired because of how much power I felt with it.
That
And like I
had that
said at the
effect on you, that's
time,
for sure.
oh yeah, it totally did. I'm a total upper type of person. I'm addicted to caffeine right now.
Same.
Hardcore to hardcore caffeine addict. Love my caffeine. It's so much so that it's so bad that when I don't have any, I will go to the store and buy the caffeine pills because I will get migraines and get sick.
Damn, bro.
Okay, I feel that on the
Mhm.
same level. Yep.
And how about
Which
you?
I am slowing my caffeine down, trying
Okay.
to.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm just getting on coffee. So, yeah. Just getting on. Like, before it was
I
Monsters, Red Bulls, and all that bullshit.
I like
But yeah.
tea.
Tea? Okay.
I'm a
Very
tea
nice.
girl.
Very nice. Very
Other
nice.
than
Caffeine.
like in Canada,
Tim
we have
Hortons.
ice caps. They're like kind of like frappuccinos,
Okay.
and they're coffee based. And oh my god, I
Very
could eat
I,
nice.
like I
lo-
could drink those all day, like
I
easy.
could drink
Yeah.
espresso all day.
Mm.
I love even no sugar, no sweet, just straight espresso.
Okay, okay. And, Amanda, what is the, not worst, but, like, yeah, I guess worst thing you've done for substance abuse?
Okay. So in Canada, we have our high school starts 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
Grade 9 to 12. So grade
Okay.
9,
Yeah.
I start high school. I meet this girl named Nikki. She's a cute little like bisexual girl, and she's so cute. I love her. Fell in love with her. Like me and her, we click like click. And she used to have this highlighter, and she's like, "Let's go smoke weed." I'm like, "Okay, weed, no problem." Well, then we got into everything else, and then when I met my boyfriend at 16, quit everything. Like I've done everything from like the needles, uh, the lines, everything. So
Damn. Okay.
clean since I was 16, right till I was about 24, 25 when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Um, and then I met a lot of you guys, like a lot of people know my best friend Thug. She was like my knight in shining armor as a female. Like
Yeah.
my best friend. We were friends for about 3 years straight. About a year and a half into like our friendship, I got really bad teeth pain. So we have T3s that are narcotics, but they're like supposed to help with like the pain. And it was all in my head that I was so addicted to these T3s that my face went pure white. I was slurring my words. I was like, "You ready to game?" That's how it sounded in my head. It was like, "You switch to the game?" That's how it actually sounded. I was messed up.
Damn.
So I took them for about 5, 6 months straight. No one had an idea because at the beginning it was fine. I was eating and then taking them, and it was fine. But when I started losing my appetite, is when you start to really notice the color in your skin drops, the words, your appetite, your thirst. Like, I was maybe eating a cracker or two every 3 days. I
Shit.
was not drinking anything except coffee. Like Beatrix said, coffee addiction added to it. Like, I needed a tea, I needed a coffee, I needed something that had caffeine. And having an addiction like pills with a addiction made it worse. Plus nicotine addiction, mind you. So, it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm done with these pills. You know, my friends like really cared for me and showed me that like, you know, I could do it without it. So I got off of them the first night. I had the shakes, which is detoxing. So of course I messed up and decided to go back on them. I was like, I can't deal with the shakes. My friend calls me at 4 in the morning and said, "You either detox this," I said, "or I call your parents and they're gonna bring you to the hospital." So after being on the phone for 7 hours, I think we started the phone call around 2. It was about 9 a.m. My parents are still sleeping. It's the weekend. I brought myself to the hospital. I drove my ass there. I was shaking, um, not having pills, not having anything. Mind you, it probably scared the crap out of one of my best friends because she woke up to a message saying, "Hey, Amanda's in the hospital." Um,
Damn.
I did that whole thing. I told them and I said, "Look, this is everything I've done." I said, "I don't want pills to help me." I said, "I need you to poke me with an IV, hydrate me, feed me through it." I said, "I don't want anything prescribed to me." I said, "I'm a pill addict." And I said, "And I will overdose on it, whether you give me something that's antibiotics or nothing." I said, "I want nothing to do with medication." I refuse to do any kind of medication. You know, I need antibiotics. I told them it needs to be, you have to put it in me, you have to bring a nurse. For the first 6 months of rehab, they brought a nurse to my house every day to pretty much get all the stuff out of my system. Took me 14 to 16 weeks to finally eat a full meal
Damn.
after being addicted for 6 months.
Dude, withdrawals is.
It
I'm
does a hell
surprised like
on your
you
body.
don't die from it. Like alcohol is so far the only uh drug that you can die from
Yeah,
withdrawals.
and you know, I'm happy
But
we
like
caught it when we did because even the girl, she said any longer, she's like your body would have deteriorated. She's like, and it would have deteriorated hard because it runs in my family, deterioration of like anything. So I was glad that, you know, I've been out of that. And I think this year is going to be 3 years. I have not taken any prescribed medication other than, you know, medication. Like, I don't take any Tylenols, I don't take Advils,
no pain meds, you mean.
no pain meds,
Okay.
nothing. Like, the odd time I'll take a Tylenol when I get a migraine, and that's one. And thank God for living with digital because he will make sure I only take one or two and not do what I did before. He always sees what I
Dude,
take. So,
so you're saying about like how you used to be addicted, got clean, and then the doctors gave you okay. So everybody's like weed's the gateway drug, and it's I don't believe it is. This could be like another topic for like another time, but like pharmaceuticals, man, they pull you right back in so easily.
they do. And
Mm,
it's all in your head at the end of the day because I thought my teeth were hurting me so bad, where it wasn't really that bad. It's more my brain was like, your teeth hurt. You need Tylenol 3s. They're going to help you. But really, all I needed to do was take care of my teeth and I could have avoided them all.
Yep,
So,
because I just had to get rid of the pain pills from like my teeth. I lost 2 days from getting my teeth pulled because well, the first day I was regulated on every 6 hours of getting an actual like pretty strong pain pill. And
yeah.
then like I started coming to. I don't remember how my daughter got home from school. It wasn't me. My youngest sister did go get her, but like I lost like a day and a half to 2 days, and
Yeah.
it just like was so hard on me. And then like and went to cutting the pill in half, and then I stopped. Like, I want to say, like, on the fourth day, I stopped taking them. Because even when I wasn't, like, hurting real bad and it was, like, manageable, and because of, like, my depression issues I've been having lately, I wanted to take it for fun.
You want to take it because your body craves it.
I wanted, I wanted to get high.
Yeah, you were trying to find a different way to get high, which,
And then, like, those pills are there and they're in my access. I'm carrying them because I'm an adult. I should be able to, have self control or will or whatever it's called.
they say
And
as an
it's
adult you
like,
get self control. You really don't. I feel like
no,
you
but like
No,
lose a
you
lot
don't.
more.
It's just
from
bullshit.
being an addict, from being an ex addict,
Yeah.
you know what it's gonna do.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what you're gonna feel like on it.
When
You're
I
not gonna
came
feel depressed. You're not gonna feel pain.
temporarily though, all you
Yeah,
have to
right.
remember is it's temporary. And when I came home from that
Mhm.
hospital, I went to my mom and gave her all the pain meds, and she said, "What's this for?" And I said, "I can't have them. I'm addicted." At first, she thought I was crazy, which, you know, I was.
Mhm.
And, at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I was like, I got to explain it to my mom. My mom didn't understand it at first. I had to explain to my dad. My dad's brother took his life from overdosing. So he
Right.
understood it a little more. I explained to my dad, and he looked at my mom and he said, "You go up to her room with her. You look through everything that she owns and make sure there's not a single pill. I don't care if it's prescribed. I don't care if it's nothing." She's like, "She gets nothing." And she's like, "I lost my brother." He said to me, he's like, and I think this is what really hit me the most. He said, "I lost my brother when I was 12 years old." He's like, "I'm not losing my milk." And I think that really hit me more because everyone's like, "So he has three kids altogether." Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if I was him, I'd make sure I didn't lose a kid, no
Yeah.
matter what, if it
Yeah.
was in my control. I think that
Right.
really stopped me from relapsing. Because there's times where like I was going to relapse, and then I would play that conversation up in my head, and I'm like, I'm not losing my dad. I was like, I could lose anyone in my family, be perfectly fine. But I lose my dad, I said, and I lose myself. And I said, I'm not letting my dad go through that. Because I know for a fact, if he lost, like, say, me or any of the siblings, it would destroy him. And I was
Yeah.
like, if I could stop myself from having him to bury a 25-year-old, his daughter, I was like, I'm not doing that to my dad.
Dude, you just made me think of somebody I used to work with. It was his stepdaughter, but he loved it was his buddy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He got out of rehab. He's still doing all kinds of different drugs, party and have a good time. Gave her the shit that ultimately killed her.
really?
Yep, sold her some drugs. 3 months after she got out of rehab. By the way, 3 months is the marker that is the most hardest for people because that's when you relapse. That's
Uh,
the if you can get past in over 3 months, you're normally pretty good. Which I know someone that was off it for 4 years and went back to it and died. But there's like underlining issues. It's easy to be a drug addict. I mean, it's hard, but it's easy because no one expects shit out of you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no one expects. What do you expect out of a heroin addict? Lay
Right?
around and be a freaking dopey. You know what I mean? Like a waste of fucking life. Because that's, how people perceive it. So much easier to be a drug addict. Because now there's like Suboxone clinics in the US. They have this needle exchange program. They give you clean needles to use. Oh, and a safe spot in certain states to use that shit. And it's like really the underlying issue. If you could get some of these people mental health and like some of them would stay clean and be better if they had the access or availability or affordability
Yeah.
to do it.
So before we go too far into mental health, that is going to be the next topic that I do want to talk about. But for me, substance abuse is beer. I abuse the fuck out of it. on a day, not daily, but on a almost daily.
On a pretty steady
Yeah,
schedule there for
yeah,
it.
pretty steady schedule.
Was it beer 30
Um,
for you now?
it's always beer 30. Okay, as soon as I wake up, it's beer 30. Okay.
Maybe the job you got's not so good for you.
Well, it's good because it
No,
honestly
I'm
it's a
teasing.
good balance because like yes I drink, but I'm also like working out all day and I'm sweating and I'm honestly with this job I lost 30 pounds. I want to say
Damn.
so that's it's a good thing
Me
about this job.
too. I lost 30 pounds.
Yeah, it
Because I ain't
was.
got no teeth. I can't eat.
There you go.
I
There
lost
you go.
3 pounds the unhealthy way with pills.
Yeah. No, I hear
But
you
good
on
for
that.
you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's funny because I have one of my days I'm mainly at the airport, right, and I have to give them my driver's license. So they always look at it and they're like, "Are you sure this is you?" And I was like, "Yeah, this plus 30 pounds. That's me. Like I promise you, I used to be that fat." So, and
Dude, I
it's a
was
good
at
joke.
280. I was 280 pounds at one time.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
I
people
What
don't
I
was.
am
believe it.
now.
I don't believe it.
How
So
tall are you, though,
I'm short.
I
Amanda?
5.
5'5"? I'm
Yeah.
5'2".
Oh, okay.
And a
I'm
I'm
quarter.
five
5'5"
And a
seven.
and
quarter.
under 300 pounds, and
I'm
I'm okay with that. It's
yeah
mostly because I game all day. I work from my PC all day. Like I literally don't move from my computer.
yeah.
I eat a lot. Digital likes to feed me.
There you go.
Like
Well, I
she's
will.
like, "Oh, I've got you breakfast. Oh, are you hungry? I'll make you lunch. I'm done, and then I'll finish work at like 4:30. Some days 6. He's like, I made you dinner, and then he's like, oh, do you want some ice cream? Like I tell you, I eat like a stoner
Yeah.
because I live with a stoner.
That's what
But
happens if
like
you live with a stoner. You eat like
it
them,
is.
and they eat a lot.
Oh, he does, and he doesn't gain weight, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, there's the 30 pounds you should have gained that I gained. But no,
At least it's not
honestly.
60 pounds, and you're gaining for both of yous.
And you know what? We do walk a lot. Like some days, like I'll go. I don't know if I told Matt this. I went up to my friend's house. Say like about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I walked an hour there and an hour back. I walked when I got there. I got to see a baby. They're like, I want to say like 4 or 5 weeks years old. The cutest baby I've ever seen. It was worth that walk.
But anyways, your beer. Beer
Yes.
30.
My substance abuse. So it hasn't always just been beer, though. I was addicted to Oxy. So
Mm.
the reason why I got on Oxy was I was my senior year in high school. I broke my femur in a four-wheeling accident. You guys know what the femur is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Sounds
snapped
painful
that
already.
bitch in half.
I can
Was it
feel
sticking
it.
out of your leg?
It wasn't sticking out. No, no, it was still in my leg and
Okay,
everything.
okay,
Which was
okay.
which was a good part, but it
Yeah.
still hurt a lot. To the point where they had to pull like so. How I broke my leg was like it overlapped a little bit. I'm showing you guys on camera, but for the people that are listening, my bone just basically overlapped just enough where in the ambulance they had to tie my foot down and they pulled my leg apart like this. So to
Ouch.
make it equal, like to make it like
Yeah, not
match.
overlapping.
Yeah, not overlapping. There you go. And while they were doing this, and of course, every time I see the ambulance come, for anybody else, it's all women. Okay? For me, it was all big ass overgrown guys. And I'm like, why? Why?
Not fair, not
Yes,
fair.
life
That's
is
not
not
fair.
life is not right.
They
They
knew,
knew who it was.
they
They're like
knew,
just send all the
they knew.
guys, all the unwanted
They were
people, just
like,
send
it's a
them there.
young teenage boy, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
No,
exactly,
no women,
exactly.
all men, let's go.
Exactly. But anyways, I look at the guy and I'm like, dude, just fucking hold my hand, please. I was like, it's gonna hurt. I squeezed this dude's hand and he was like, are you okay? You okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I'm fine, but I'm not okay. The whole time. Not a shed a tear. No,
Oh,
no
you're
tear was
making me
shed.
like rub my leg.
Oh, dude, I rub my
Like,
leg all
oh,
the
just
time.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah. So.
how'd you
Um.
feel when you were on your oxys though? Like,
Oh, I
since that
felt
was the
so
substance.
relaxed. Relaxed. I didn't feel pain. I was just.
Relax.
The thing was, is like, I don't know if you guys remember, or you, um, Amanda, you might be too young for this, but you remember those gaming chairs that used to be like low to the ground? They would rock.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay.
I
Yeah.
love those.
So I would I would
Right.
put that right in front of my computer at home, put on a movie, pop two, and just pass out because it was
I'm
like,
allergic to oxys, so I never
okay,
could try them.
there you go. Well, that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. But yeah, that's what I would do all the time. And even when I didn't need them, I would still take the two. And then pass out. To the point where at some point I ran out and I started buying some from somebody, which was bad.
Mm.
And then once I realized like I can't be doing
Oh, that's
this.
not cheap either. You're
No, they're
paying
not
like
cheap.
what, $5 a milligram sometimes?
Per pill, I think it was like $15.
What were the script? What was it,
I
fives?
have no clue, honestly. It was such a long time ago, but it was like I told them what I was taking, and they're like, "I'll give you a deal because I know you it's 15." So I think they were like stupid strong. But yeah, it
You're
was
getting probably higher ones than what you were taking at home.
probably.
I used to sell too, so that's why I was like asking.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I don't remember the exact amount, but yeah, it was to the point where I'd go work and I'd call up somebody and I'd be like, "Dude, I just need something for tonight." And they're like, "Yeah, I got
Let
you, I got you."
me rephrase that. It's not that I used to sell, I used the middleman.
Okay, no, that's fine, that's fine.
Mm.
Again, nobody knows your name, so you're good.
Yeah, true, 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 true.
There you go. um.
Well, just in case my mom is,
Oh, okay,
gonna
okay,
hear
okay, okay.
this,
There
I
you go.
better
There
like
you go.
clarify that I
Yes,
was a
yes. The
middler,
middle
not
person.
actually the dealer.
You were the connect. I got you. I got you. But yeah. After that, I stopped using it. I think it was 19 when I broke my leg. By 2021, I stopped. By 20, I want to say I stopped. But I replaced it with beer. I used to go to house parties where they had kegers and everything like that. But it was like
Oh yeah.
cheap ass beer too. But it was like Bush, Miller Lite, Bud Light, and all that. Yeah,
Nasty.
now I can
Guinness
barely drink.
all the way.
No.
Guinness.
No, fuck that. I used
Guinness.
to do
Let's
Lehman.
go.
No.
But then again, I'm also a tequila type of girl. So,
I'm a vodka kind of girl.
Wait.
Or
That's the good one.
Fireball.
Juicy IPA.
beer. Bleh.
Yes, IPA.
Unless Guinness. Guinness is like the only one that I really like.
I
Yeah.
liked Sleeman's original.
We don't. I think we have
Miller
Sleeman's.
High Life is one that I'll drink. I don't know why
Wait, you
My
either.
don't have
father-in-law loves Miller High Life.
Mm.
No, we don't have. What'd you say it was?
Sleeman's.
Sleeman? No, I don't think we have Sleeman's here in the States.
I have heard of it, but only because of when I lived in New York. Never
So
tried
maybe
it.
it's a more northern thing then.
Very northern.
Yeah.
Like it comes from Canada,
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
think.
Sleeman's we don't have here.
Right,
I have no clue.
Amanda?
Is that a Canadian thing? Actually, I didn't even know it was just Canadian.
Yeah.
I mean, there's places in New York, but they're like
But
the
places
ones
in
that
New
have
York will have.
142 taps and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
7,000
find
other
this out.
beers. I don't know. I think it's a northern thing. I really only heard of it when I was in New York. So,
I think you're right.
I'm
It's
getting,
Canadian barley.
There you
yep.
go. There you
I
go.
didn't know
And
that.
it's like Yingling is a PA thing. You
Yeah.
really
Yingling the
Won't
only really good
find
IPA.
Yingling. I like black and tan Yingling.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
Ying. Yeah, I like
Well, no,
Yingling.
that
I
makes
could drink a
sense though
regular one.
because Black and Tan is more of a darker beer like Guinness, if I'm not
See, I like
mistaken.
darker beers. I like
Yeah.
hoppy stuff.
You gotta like IPAs then if you like hoppy stuff.
Hold
Because
on, I'm
Guinness
guessing
isn't a
it's
hoppy
just
beer.
Diggy's making dinner. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Some of them are like bitch beers to me. I'm sorry.
No, no,
I don't know.
like it's
They either got like a
fruity. Yeah.
fruity, and I'm not a like fruit and alcohol. But then again, there's like some fruity stuff that's like with liquor, and I'm just like, no.
No, okay, okay. I don't mind the fruitiness. I guess it settles the hoppiness for me.
But then again, I like tequila,
Yeah, yeah. What
um,
kind of tequila?
pineapple juice, any. No, except for 108 proof or whatever. It's 1800. That shit is
1800.
disgusting. Yeah,
You have to
1800's fucking
have
nasty.
you have to have reposado. It's
What
not
is
a.
it?
It's not. It's reposado. It's not the white tequila. It's like a browner tequila.
See, I like my silvers and my white. I like my clear tequila.
It's not a good
There's only
shot.
been one dark tequila that I've liked, and I don't remember
So
what it is.
have
My mom was giving it to me.
tequila, Jose Cuervo, but
Jose's so bad.
you gotta do reposado.
See, I'm not Jose Cuervo. Me and Jose are not friends.
Okay, do any
Some
tequila.
reason I get like horribly sick off
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Jose. I
Okay.
don't know why.
Don't do Patron. Patron's like the
Patron's
dollar
alright.
store tequila. Although they overcharge like a motherfucker. It's like
Oh yeah, but
such a
it's
bad
not bad.
such a
Nah, I
bad
got this
tequila.
tequila straight from Mexico before that came in a crystal bottle, and
Yeah.
no, it had like perfect floralness. I don't know. It
So
was just fucking boss.
any
And it was
light
like 210 bottle a dollar bottle or something,
too expensive. I will tell you this right now.
right?
I'm married to a Mexican. You don't need to pay that much for a good tequila. I
It's
can
so that
promise you that.
you'll have to
That's
like send me in a message what it's called so I could go
Yeah, yeah,
find
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Because my liquor store will order it for me if I
okay.
can't, if
Okay,
they
okay.
don't have it. So
So, have you guys ever had? Speaking of tequila, and this is going off of the good the substance abuse. Have you had vodka?
I don't touch anything.
hell no.
Yeah.
How dare you mix vodka and tequila? Fuck vodka.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the most disgusting thing ever. But it's like such
No.
a good party drink, though.
You want something that will assault your mouth and is horrendous?
What?
Cucumber jalapeno tequila. And I only could think Bloody Mary is the only drink that it would be appropriate. Smells so good. Like it
Yeah.
smells like really good tequila, and it smells like really good cucumber, and it's just like you take it. Nah, it's like the worst tequila I've ever tasted in my
Okay.
life. I feel like my
I think
mouth was
gold
being
tequila
assaulted.
is the best one to make for Jello shots.
Which one?
It's like tequila gold or something.
Okay.
So
Tequila.
good. I had it in Florida when I went to
It
the
had the
the
gold flakes in
States.
it, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay, I
that's
know which one you're talking.
Goldschlager.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, so good for Jello shots. Just saying.
Is that tequila? It's Goldschlager tequila.
I know it was tequila. It was something gold.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of two different things. Or maybe we're
The
talking
one
I
with
about
the
two different
gold.
things.
Was it tequila? Yeah, it was tequila. Because I remember taking a shot of that and I said that's the most disgusting tequila I've ever had.
I'm telling you, if we ever have a podcast gathering and you guys come to it, I'll introduce you to some good shit. And Bossy, I'm gonna need you to
Yeah.
bring some of that. I think it's Molson down here.
Molson Canadian?
Yes. Isn't that
Dude,
like the
the
really
States
strong
have it
beer?
so weak.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying.
guys have it like 4 and ours is like 7%.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
yes,
So
that's
fucking good, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Better
there's
in
like
bottle, though.
You're gonna have to
Don't have it
put
in
some in
can.
like your tires or whatever. I don't care. Just bring a shit ton of it down.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
bring it in bottles.
yeah.
Bottles is better.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, bottles is better than can any
Yes,
day.
yes, yes, yes.
Don't mind me. I'm mining up in RP.
Oh,
No, you're good. You're good.
bourbon.
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 Bourbon's good. I'm more of
I
a
used to like
whiskey.
Jack.
I used to a lot of
Jack
Jack and Coke.
Daniels Tennessee Honey is the best.
Yeah.
Gross.
With Coke.
Gross.
No, so good.
Gross. I hate
Fireball's
gin
probably the
too.
only alcoholic
Fuck
drink I
fireballs.
do.
Nope, won't do that.
I can do
Banana
Fireball.
99s, man.
No, 99. No. My family, we used to do all of our gatherings, and my father would serve shots of fucking banana 99, and be like, here, enjoy, and we'd take it like, ah,
What
fuck
about
this.
what about Mad Dog? MD
I don't think I've ever had Mad Dog.
2020?
No, not me. But yeah, let me see. The last thing I did want to say, oh, substance abuse. Before I go on to the last subject for the night, substance abuse. You know, we all find some kind of substance. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It doesn't have to be drugs. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be multiple things. Honestly, it could be overworking yourself. It could
Yeah.
just be sleeping all day. You know, putting yourself down. Anything
Not
like that.
sleeping.
Not sleeping. Yes, exactly. There's so many different types of substance abuse out there. Just talk to your friends. Be honest with them. Your true friends will show you who they are at the end of the day. And your fake friends will just let you do you, I guess you could say. And sometimes family's not the best people to be talking to about this stuff because they might just try to support you but push you more towards that substance. Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, so just try to talk to people. Talk. I'm not religious by all means. But if you go to a church and they have support groups, not talking AA or anything like that, but just like support
There are
for
mental health
substance.
support groups through churches. There are
Exactly.
places you can go
In Canada, we
for.
have a mental institute at the hospital
There
where you
you go.
can like check yourself in, and you start at like I think minimum you have to be there 2 weeks because also you have to go through
Yeah.
therapy and stuff, and then you can be there like up to like how long ever you need. I met someone there who's there for 6 years,
Damn.
and I
There
visited her every
are
day.
there are support groups that are like here in the States that more than like getting a therapist and going, there are groups that do help
Yeah.
and they are free, but they're very rare and scarce. And they're hard. And it's like group therapy though.
Yeah. So
So no one-on-one cancel. If you want one-on-one, you gotta pay for a therapist or have
yeah, but
good insurance.
group therapy is definitely gonna be mostly free if I'm not mistaken, depending on the area that you go to. It's like yeah,
Yeah.
it's 50-50. Like if you do like a church
Mm,
group therapy, then it's free.
yeah.
But if you go to
Yeah.
like a therapist,
It's not.
it's gonna fucking cost you an arm and a leg. But
Unless-
yeah.
yeah.
The last thing I
But I
did,
would rather seek professional help though, because like
yeah,
they're trained for this. They are
they
with
are.
that.
They are trained. It does cost you a lot more.
Mm.
Um, but it can also help you a lot quicker, I guess. Maybe not quicker is probably not the right word, but it can help you a lot more in depth. There you go. I think that's a better word to use
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Um, with that, mental health conditions. I myself struggle with a lot of mental health conditions. I do see a therapist every other week, um, which I don't think I've ever said to either of you two, if I'm not mistaken. um,
Mm-mm.
Also
but
with them for 7 years.
yeah, so it's nothing to be ashamed about. They are there to help you, and
Right.
everyone has their own shit that they're going through at the end of the day, and by all means, like go take care of yourself. If no one's gonna take care of you, you got to do it to yourself.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, I started with
I
therapy when I was in high school or in college actually. So I was 19. Did that for about 7 years, and then met my boyfriend, and we went through couples therapy for the whole relationship, pretty much because I refused to be in a relationship without therapy because I'm so used to my therapy,
Hmm.
and I communicate better with my therapy. But my therapist actually taught me how to communicate without her, which even to this day scares the crap out of me. But she passed away, so I haven't seen a new therapist since she passed away. But you know, I'm like, I can't open up to anybody last seven
Yeah.
years with this woman. And a
it is.
fun fact about her was she used to be a man, and didn't know that till the last year I was with her, and she told me that, and I said I would never known that.
Damn.
Now yeah, you would never know the way she dressed, the way she talks, the way she,
A lot
like,
of them you don't know. They want to
oh
be a
yeah,
woman. They're gonna be a woman
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
or a
she showed me
man.
a picture, and I said you were a hot man.
Mhm.
I said, and she was a hot girl too. Like she was obviously a lot older than me, but like she's so sweet and probably one of the most caring people I've ever met.
Yeah, finding a good therapist is hard, but
Yeah, that's the issue.
yeah,
Yeah.
I go to therapy weekly. I want to say I started therapy between the ages of 6 and 8, so I've been in it off and on my entire life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up with a family that we like to wipe our problems and issues under a rug and just walk over that. But
Mhm.
I'm in a marriage that we don't do that. So
Mhm.
it was like
Isn't that nice?
it's yeah, it's very very different.
Refreshing?
It is. It is. It's very eye opening too, though. That's the thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't hate it. It was a shell shock at first, I want to say, but I got used to it and everything like that, so it was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, with therapy though, it's opened my eyes up to a lot of shit, and I actually, I just found this out 2 days ago. I just been not fully diagnosed, but softly diagnosed with ADHD. So yeah, I know. Like she was giving me a test and everything, and I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. She's like, all right, I don't even have to finish this. You, yeah, you need to go get like actually tested. She's like, you might need to go on medication for this. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. The questions that she was asking me, and even the thing is like she was asking me this, and it was like I grew up with all of this, so it's like it's been there for ever, and I just never got tested. So
I have a question because
yeah,
like I'm not gonna share what they want to test me with because
yeah, yeah. No, you're
it
fine.
really does make people look at you in a different light or treat you a different way when you talk about it. But like
If you do want to say it,
with
I
like
can bleep it out. So
um
it's up to you.
yeah, I'll say it so you can understand better, but yeah, just like take that part out.
Yeah.
But and like sometimes I can't read a room, but normally I'm very in tune with on a one-on-one basis with people or like small
Yeah.
settings
Yeah.
like this. I can read people well, but if you put me in larger groups, I actually tend to panic and can't read the room.
Okay. Okay.
And there's like other things with it, but like being at 37 to go in and get fully tested, they're like, oh, but like you could get a job and they'll have like special things for you
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I hate
special
people like that.
time. Okay, so you see where I'm going with this, Amanda?
Yeah, I got
You see where
diagnosed
I'm going?
with high functioning ADHD at 25.
Okay, but like my problem is I don't want to go get the full diagnosis. One, I truly don't care. I'm 37. I lived what going on closer to half my life. You know what I
And that
mean?
doesn't affect you in any way.
Like,
So,
yeah, it hasn't changed. I still work. Sometimes I have to have a few things re-explained.
Yeah.
Or if you ask me a question in multiple different ways, same exact question, worded different, I get real confused.
Okay.
And so I have to, I just work harder. That's all. And what medication and what can they truly do to help me now at this age? Learning the diagnosis and seeing if it's true or factual. How do you feel about that? Though, with you just being, because you're closer to my age of like your diagnosis. Like, are you getting tested? Are you gonna figure it out? Like, how
I
do you
am.
feel?
I'm gonna get tested. I'm gonna figure it out because so I'll tell you this right now, and I'll keep this on the podcast for everyone too. I was for the longest time was a front office desk person at a hotel, right? I worked my ass off and I did everything I could, and I eventually became the assistant general manager of a hotel. I got so overwhelmed where I fucked up so much one time, and I was let go of that property. Well, yeah, I was let go of that property, whatever. The thing was, is I was so over focused on certain situations where I started letting go of other things, and I just forgot. And then the thing is, like, even to this day, I'm so focused on so much other things where I'm forgetting other stuff. And it's the other stuff that I'm forgetting is fucking important.
Yeah.
um so like I need to focus on all of it, but I can't focus on all of it because once I start thinking about something else and I start focusing on that, and then with that I'll think of something else and I'll start focusing on that, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
what was I
That's
supposed to
also
focus
like
on?
forms of manic, you know that, right?
Yeah, I'm fucked up. That's all I gotta say.
No,
I'm
no, no,
fucked
no,
up.
no. I'm sorry to point it out. I'm
No,
a
no,
manic
Sorry.
person.
you're
I'm
good.
manic. I have the high end and the low end.
Yeah,
And which isn't commonly, I guess, like my two different therapists told me that
yeah,
that's not like a common thing with a lot of people.
yeah,
But then like there's manic depressant, so like how can you sit there and say that? But like you start a lot of projects and you never finish them and you
yeah.
just keep on like
You're
going
just
and going and
building.
going and moving forward, and then you're like having a trail of like
Yeah,
things that you didn't get done.
and then
You
you
know
get
what I
yelled
mean?
at for everything that you didn't finish, and it's just like
Hmm.
I just forgot. That's all it was.
Yeah, because you're so hyper focusing on a task that you're at hand, and then they put a new task in front of you,
Yes, yeah,
and then you're hyper focusing on that.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, no, it's
Uh,
crazy. But
yeah.
yeah. So don't remember where I was going to. Sorry.
You were talking about your job and how
Oh
you
yeah, yeah. So my
lost
job.
sight of that.
So yeah, I lost out of that, and then like I used to have so much under my belt, and I was loving it. I was loving the responsibility. I was loving the multitasking and everything, and now it's just like I go to work and I have one thing I need to do, and then I fucking love that now. And it's just because it's so simple, right?
That's why I love my job.
Yeah, it's just so
I have
simple. It's just
never
like
had a simple job.
me neither. Like yes, it's simple in a certain way, but it's like
There's
so
still a
much
task at hand.
pressure. Yeah, like with
Right.
hotels, because I worked at hotels for the longest time, and I'd have
I
people
was
yelling at me.
housekeeping.
Yeah, yeah. I was front
I
desk. I was front desk. That's it.
uh I
Yeah.
mean any position unless you're like the one that's sitting in the office.
Yeah.
In my eyes, doing nothing half
Yeah.
the time, just hiding in the office from the people
Yes.
until you get
Yes.
called upon. But they're not. They're really not just sitting there. They are. Some of
They're
them
not
are actually doing a
just sitting
job.
there, but they're just sitting there. So.
They're just sitting there. Like I did housekeeping, and laundry.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
actually helped out my
Um,
housekeeping at one of my properties. So. Yeah.
Housekeeping
It's
sucks.
disgusting.
Hotels suck.
Yes.
Actually, the hotel I worked with, very, very, very clean. Marriott's. It was a Marriott line.
So I worked with the Marriott. I
And
had
not all of them are good.
it was clean, but I had four deaths, one suicide, one almost suicide, and I had the worst guest you could ever have in a fucking hotel. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you this story. This is a story I wanted to get
All
with
right.
Nicole, but you know, Nicole, I love you, but fuck you for not being here. But so she or this guest, he checked into the hotel in a wheelchair, and he could barely stand on his own. He could barely do anything on his own. Don't know why they checked him in, but they checked him in. So I heard about this guest. I think the day after he checked in. Whatever. I was like, all right, this is not my problem. I'm just here at the desk. And this was just as COVID was starting off too, right? So we didn't have the whole rules of like how much we could check up on a room and when we could check up on a room and all that. So it was just like he was like, no, don't check in on me. I'm fine. While he's saying that, he was getting every night he would get pizza and a case of beer delivered to his room every single night. Which by all means, like props, like fucking get drunk if you want to get drunk, get it.
Right.
As long as you're just taking care of yourself at the end of the day, do it. But this guy was getting drunk, getting pizza every night. It came to find out, he never finished any of the pizzas. He would finish all the booze, but he would never finish any of the pizzas. So this was a month.
How long? A month.
I want to say a month before we were able to check up on him.
Oof.
But when we got to before that month, I want to say like a week before that month was over, a smell was coming from that room.
And he didn't let nobody in
He
that
didn't let
entire time
anybody.
to clean.
No, he didn't let anybody in there.
I would have been nope. I would have been that person that was in there.
So no. You would think that, but when I tell you what happened, you would be like, I would never do that. So, yeah. So, smell was coming in from that room. So we ended up closing that whole hallway down. And honestly, actually, I think we closed the whole floor down. So the only people that were going to that floor were employees that had to stay overnight, but it was away from that room, or housekeeping just to clean up the rugs
Like
and all
dust,
that shit.
yeah.
Yeah. So when he checked out, he called 911 to come pick him up. Okay, 911 came in. I personally walked him up to that room, or took the elevator up, walked into the room, opened the room, and the ambulance went in the room. This dude, when I tell you he was in a wheelchair, he could barely walk. So what does that tell you? He couldn't make it
Nope.
to the bathroom.
Light a match. Light a match.
No.
Burn that whole room down. Nope, done.
We had to hire a third-party company to come tear that whole room apart. When I tell you he shit everywhere, he literally shit everywhere. On the floor.
I don't know if that's
on
as
the
bad
bed.
as like needle room. The room I had to clean with a bunch of like drugs, needles,
Yeah.
bananas smeared on the ceiling. I think I would rather go take that room 3 times over than
Yeah.
that room.
So he shit on the bed, on the floor, on the couch that was in the room, in the bathroom,
he just like
in the shower, on
sat
the way
down
to
and
the
just
toilet.
shat
No,
anywhere.
he didn't sit down. He just walked and shit. Anywhere he could do, he took a shit. It was disgusting.
Yins would have had to like rip up the carpet and replace
Yeah.
it because he's probably just pissing everywhere too.
We hired a third-party company. They came over, took all the carpet out, took all the furniture, took the wallpaper down, took everything. Everything. It was to the bare minimum. Yeah, it was all gone.
Like, I wonder what his mental health is like.
I
Because
hope
he
he's
could
doing
not
well.
been well.
No.
Like, he couldn't have been doing well.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hope he's doing well, but like, god damn.
Dude, I had a toilet that was fuzzy on the inside from people not like letting you in,
Yeah.
cleaning for the month. And that was like the worst of it. Besides like the drug room I was describing. Like,
it was insane.
nah. 7 days I would have been knocking on the door going, we have to come in and clean the bathroom.
But we
like
couldn't because COVID was happening.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because you didn't know the
I worked in the
regulations.
Helto way before
Yeah.
way before COVID.
Because
A
before
good
COVID,
3
it
or 4
was
years before.
COVID. before COVID, it was every other day housekeeping could come in, or had to come in. Not could, they had to come
I
in.
thought I thought it was 3. Well, we're
Oh no,
also in
maybe it
different
was 3.
states,
Maybe it
so
was 3. I don't know. It
I
was
think it's like
either
every
2 or
3
3 days.
days you
Yeah,
have to come in and at
because
least
then
do the bathrooms.
because then you would get points for the days it didn't come in. I don't remember what it was, honestly. It's been a minute, but yeah, it was
It's
some
been a
shit.
while since I like
Yeah,
worked at a Marriott, so like it could have changed
yeah,
because you worked at one later than me.
yeah, yeah. So it was, I don't know, it was crazy. I worked at Hilton, worked at Marriott, I worked at Starwood while they're being bought out by Marriott.
And I mean,
Never worked for
Marriott's not bad, but
Marriott's
then
not bad.
again, like, oh, if I tell you like who owned it, it would like totally give my location of where I live and
You're good.
everything
You're good.
away. So
You're good.
I'm not gonna say, but like this one was owned by a particular person,
Okay.
and he's passed. Great man. I met him a
Yeah.
couple times in my life, not at work even. I was swimming in a creek when I met him the first time.
Uh oh.
Crazy great dude, legend. But I think because his wife was such a clean freak,
Yeah.
I think that's why this hotel was like one of the cleanest places I ever stayed and worked at. Like, oh, I missed like one dust and I'm like getting reamed out, going,
Yeah.
how hard is it to take a rag and run it, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear
Plus the 50 other million things you gotta do when you go in a room and clean it, you know?
you. Yeah.
But I wouldn't work for Marriott again. They
No,
don't
I don't want to go
treat
back into
people well.
hotels. I'm done with hotels, honestly.
I don't think they treat their staff well.
It,
Because they do look at you like
yeah.
you're a number and you can just be replaced.
So I quit. I was promoted to front office manager at Weston, right? And
Yeah.
within the week, I was given another opportunity somewhere else to become assistant general manager. So I took that position. My general manager cussed me out at Weston. And it was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I can't believe you're making this stupid ass fucking mistake. And I'm like, you're just
Dude,
making it
that's not a
easier.
way.
You're making it
Yeah, that's.
easier to leave. Like, I don't want, yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Like, they don't understand. Like, I had bosses getting, like, nose to nose, like,
yeah.
screaming my face, standing there, like, in my face. And it's like, dude, you're not making me want to stay.
No,
Like,
no.
you're giving me no incentive to
Yeah,
want to be a good employee. And, like, when I worked for somebody, I want to know how to do the front of the house, the back of the house. I want to
yeah.
learn every position possible
Exactly.
so that, like, I
Exactly.
can fill in if need be, or if I need to pick up extra hours, I can do that, like, that department too.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm versatile. I'm at least one of the spots I'll be useful.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But, I think I'm actually going to end the podcast here with
Alrighty.
you guys. I know Bossy's
Wait,
playing her game.
I got a quote
It's
for you
fine. You
guys.
can talk on mic if
I hear you.
just ask
What's
me
up?
what I'm doing.
What's
I
the
got a
quote?
good quote for you
Hell
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle
Sounds
said
good.
this to me. Yes, the grass may be greener on the other side, but just remember, they fertilize it with more bullshit.
Okay. All
I
right.
like that.
I like that. That's not bad. I like that. I like it. I like it.
My
Oh
uncle
yeah.
said that to me when I was like 8 years old.
I
Okay.
like that, Beatrix. I really do.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Respect. Respect. But all right. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight.
Thanks for letting
Yep.
me be here.
No. Honestly, you guys are always
Yes,
welcome
Yeah.
here.
my eyes won't be so like this.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're
heal
good.
up.
You're good.
Yes, I will.
But yeah, thank you guys for being here, Amanda, Beatrix. You guys are awesome.
Hmm.
You guys are always welcome back here.
All right.
All right. Well, take it
Yeah.
easy, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome, bye.
But for anyone that is going through something, we all are going through stuff, different types of stuff. Not to down talk anyone in any of your stuff. Feel free to reach out to me. through the Sunday Shit Show at gmail.com. I'll try to reply to as many of you guys as I can. It might not be right then and there, and it might be maybe once a week, but I will try to be there for you guys. Also, if it's desperate and you need someone to talk to, here in the States, we have that 811 number. They're there 24 hours a day, and they're there. They're there to help you guys. In Canada, apparently it's 1-833-456-4566. Again, that's 1-833-456-4566. Again, I'm sure it's the same thing up there in Canada. Go through it. Talk to somebody. Somebody's always there. Whether you guys think that nobody's there in your life or whatever, somebody's there. And it might be the last person that you expect. But in that note, thank you all for being here and listening to the Sunday Shit Show. I'm glad I had these two on here tonight. They brought in different aspects of life and everything like that. So we do have the Facebook, the Sunday Shit Show. We have Instagram, the Sunday Shit Show. I'm not going to be active on Twitter. We will be getting some TikToks out here shortly as well. And yeah, we do have the email, as said before, the Sunday Shit Show at gmail.com. So thank you all for being here again. And be safe, be positive, stay healthy, and just take care of yourselves. Alright, guys, take it easy. And I'll do Nicole's bye.